welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to do a little get ready with me with a brand new palette that I was sent in PR. Who am I? I got the new Noiricorn palette. This is such a cute little thing. This is the Candy Puppet eyeshadow palette. And they kindly reached out to me back in May and I received this palette last week. So I thought, let's do a quick little video. They didn't ask me to do anything other than do either a tutorial or review in exchange for the palette. I was like, yeah, sure, that's absolutely fine. So I can be as honest as I would like with this palette. I've never tried their formula. It is so stinking cute. So look, there's like a bookcase. I don't know if you're gonna see because there's so much detail in this little palette. There's this little girl, there's a bookcase, there's some, I think some voodoo dolls and some candles and candy cane sticks and some like a doll that's sort of sewn back up. It's very Halloween-y, I would say. Dark, and it's like spider webs and stuff. But yeah, it's the Candy Puppet. And when I saw the color story, I was like, ooh, that looks really nice, because it's the type of color story that for me personally, I just think is super, super wearable. It's very cool tone though. It's not a super obviously summery palette for now, but I still thought that looks very pretty. So I haven't even swatched it. I haven't taken this plastic off. I'm finally doing that now. Obviously it comes with a little mirror, and yeah, I've never tried the brand, so I have no idea what the formula is like. It is a Cbeauty brand, and I do have a code with Cbeauty More now. So if you want to purchase this or anything on the site, you can use my code and get 10% off. I also have affiliate links as well, so I will link this one down below. But otherwise, if you follow that link, they can just see that I'm directing you to there. And if you already shop there and you want 10% off, you can use my code. But anyway, this is what it looks like. It's so pretty. So I thought we could do a quick little makeup look. It's gonna be very, very hot today, but it's still early enough in the morning that I feel like I can, the more I look at this, the more I think it's actually really pretty, because it has rosy tones, it has the grungy green, it has the browns, it doesn't have a black, but I'm very curious about these shimmers. So I think what I'll do straight away is swatch it, because Lemon Twist looks like a little duochrome too. Yeah, I've got green to it. Oh my god, it looks so pretty. Okay, it looks, okay, let me do a little swatchy-roo and we'll see where we are. So I'm gonna go like this and swatch them on my hand as normal. So we've got Sugar Bat, which is this very, very pale mauvey lilac, but it still shows up on my skin. Then we have Skullberry, which is going to be the first shimmer that I try. This has glitter particles to it. It is actually quite smooth. I didn't think it'd be that smooth, but that is very pretty. Then we have Vine Trap, which is that green grungy matte. This with the purple is so pretty. That actually is kind of spring-like too. When I feel like that's like the beginning of spring, even though we're entering summer. I'm on full summer mode right now. I feel like that is very, very pretty. Okay, then we have Mint Pop, which is another shimmer. This is very pretty too. This one looks a little thinner than the other one. I'm just gonna go in again. Could be a little bit more of a topper shade. But again, it has those specks and those particles in there, but it's a very smooth shimmer. It's not a chunky shimmer, so I think this will be quite nice. And then there's Licorice, which I can't really tell what color Licorice is. It's, again, very grungy. I think it's an even darker grungy green. Oh, but is it like gray? Maybe it's more gray. It's a very cool tone palette, but I think cool tones can be super flattering depending on your coloring and what you pair with it. So that is the first row so far. Okay, next up we're going into that Lemon Twist shade, which yeah. Ooh, this one definitely feels a little different. Okay, I'm going to put this, I wanted to put it here. No, we're gonna do by row. Oh my gosh, that one is super pretty. This one's definitely a little bit of a thicker shadow than the other shimmers. A lot more metallic. I don't know if you'll be able to see that green, but there's like, that's actually very pretty. There's peach to it as well. Silver and green. Very, very nice. Then we're going to go into butterscotch, which is another muted matte. It's like a nice taupey brown. And then Candy Curse, which is the pink shimmer. Okay. This again has a lot of specks and particles and like glitter particles, but it's not glitter. There's just quite a lot to these shades. That one is different to Lemon Twist. Lemon Twist definitely feels like your typical metallic duochrome, but this one just has a lot of juicy, like it's almost like a gummy texture. It's creamy and very pretty because it has a lot of specks to it, and it adds like a different dimension. So yeah, I quite like that. I feel like mainstream brands don't have shimmers that have so many particles, so that's pretty interesting. And then we have Bramble, which is this really dark, it's like an off black, or is it completely black? No, actually it is quite black. It is a black matte. I was like, is that a real black matte? But it looks pretty black to me. And then we have Rose Toffee, which is the brown matte. I feel like the mattes in here are like really neutral, and you can't really go wrong with them. And then really where it's going to be fun is where the shimmers lie, right? So this is definitely the type of color story that I actually find very interesting and very wearable, because it's kind of neutral, but it has neutral with these beautiful shimmers, and I hope that they transfer really nicely on the lid. So anyway, yeah, that is the color story. They swatch really nice, and so far I'm excited to try them. So this is the first time of me working with Cbeauty more in the terms of like having a kind of a partnership. So I was very pleased when they just randomly reached out to me a month ago, and I was like, yes, absolutely, that would be fine. You can send me a palette. But the thing is, they wanted to like obviously give me this code and have an affiliate with them too, which I thought was pretty cool. Now, I've never bought anything from Cbeauty more, but I have definitely browsed it before. And I think after trying this palette out, I will have a better understanding of the brand and the quality. I've always been a little bit wary, just the same thing with like trying like any key beauty brands. I'm always just a little wary, like, is it gonna be for me? But I don't know, the way these swatched definitely seemed very pretty to me. So I don't know. I just went into the Beauty Bay eye base, and I think for today's look, I definitely maybe will, if you want like more looks with this, I could probably do a 2 or 3 looks. I mean, it is a pretty small palette, but I could probably do a little bit more. But I think for today, what am I feeling? I think, oh gosh, I'm just looking at like the quads, and also maybe like, I feel like I want to go into Sugar Bat, which is this first one, and maybe do something along the lines with the purple and the green, just because it's there and I quite like that combination. So you have to let me know if you tried this brand. I was really struggling to say it, and then I realized it's basically unicorn, but it's Noiricorn. So it's like a dark version of a unicorn. So it's like more like your gothic or grungy alternative version, which, you know, I'm not a very cool person, I would say. I mean, I think I'm a cool person, but I'm not alternative cool, if that makes sense, right? Because I think you have to be cool to pull that off. However, my niece is like that though. She definitely, I think she would love this palette, to be fair, because she is alternative, and she pulls it off very, very well. So anyway, this went on beautifully. That went on so fast. I thought I was gonna have to, let me just like zoom. I thought I was gonna have to blend in like crazy. There is a lot of kick up, but I don't mind that. I thought that I would have to keep working on this, but that went on really fast, and I have no complaints. That's a nice, pretty shade, and for such a light shade, I think it comes across quite well on my skin. So yeah, okay, that was a nice little start. I think, ooh, I mean, I kind of wanted to do, yeah, the green vibes, right? Maybe, yeah, we'll go into Vine Trap, which is this really nice green. I can't tell you how many, I have so many of these types of greens in my collection, but I feel like, I'm just trying to find a brush, but I feel like they're very, very flattering. I think, quite honestly, I mean, I've had some people say to me, I can't really pull off green, but I feel like these types of greens, I feel like anyone really could, because they're really quite pretty, and they're earthy too. This reminds me, this is a very earthy palette. And as a earth sign, as a Virgo, I think I quite like that. So I don't mind. But yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this look. I'm just sort of playing around, just seeing where the wind takes me. It would be really nice to use actually quite a lot of shades, just because I am testing this out. But yeah, so far I don't have anything wrong with the like anything to say about the mattes. Like, there's nothing wrong about them. They're very easy for me to work with, and that's always a plus. But I also think all of these shades do complement each other really well, so I don't think you can really go wrong, to be fair. It's going to be up to the shimmers, and the shimmers already wowed me when I swatched them, so I don't see myself not enjoying this, to be quite honest with you. I think it would take a disaster. But let's see. I don't know where to go from here, because I really wanted to try out at least two of these. I mean, three of them actually have the particles, but I feel like this one and this one have the most sort of glitter particles to it, and they definitely are a little bit multi-dimensional when you look at them in the light. This one I also feel like is a little bit of a duochrome, just a tiny bit, because I do kind of see that shift. Am I going to be able to show you? No, I don't. The mirror's not big enough. Like that. You can see that top one, the shift in that top one maybe, or how it changes. It's pretty though. Okay, I think, yeah, I'm gonna go into Skullberry. Because this has a dark base, I'm gonna put this here, even though I just put that green here. Ignore me. I'm just playing around. Oh, see, that turned into such a gorgeous brown. I feel like that is very pretty. And it has a little bit of the glitter and the something something, but it's not super metallic, so you can actually just put it in your outer V, and that just added so much depth. And I didn't even need to go into one of these mattes to do that. I just can use one of these, and it has something pretty to shine on too. That's nice. I like these types of shades that have a little bit of something. If it was just a dark purple shimmer without these particles, I would be kind of bored, because dark shimmers are not my thing. So it's definitely not going to be my favorite shade in the palette. I'm just going to put it out there, but at least it has something different going for it. It's like a plum. It's very pretty. It's also pretty thick. I'm just going to go into the lavender. Yeah, this lavender shade is very pigmented. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't do my base, because there is some glitter down here. Okay, I'm going to go into... I think I'm going to go into... I want to go into Lemon Twist. I almost went into Candy Curse, but I think I'm going to try to save that to put here, even though it would be really pretty to put it here and then the other one here. But I want to do the opposite for some reason. So I'm going to go into Lemon Twist. And yeah, this one is definitely chunkier, but I have to. Yeah, this is very pretty. This is the type of shade that I like. Also, look, I can blend it out and you can see all those little pretty particles spreading out. So if you keep it pretty dense and packed in, it's very metallic, but then if you try to shear it out, you can actually see all the dimension. That's very pretty. That's so pretty. I don't have anything bad to say. I always feel like I should be ultra critical. If anything, this palette should have more shades because it's so pretty. No, this is very nice. Okay, this is very pretty. It works, I think it works really well. It's like like a yellow gold champagne color in a way. I know I said it sort of goes green. I don't know if you can even see the, wait, hold on, where's the mirror? I'm so bad at this. Here we go. This one? No. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, where's the mirror? Here it is. No, this one. This one? No, I need to do it on my eye. On my eye, girl, on my eye. Can you see that? Oh, okay. Can you see that? There's a little bit. Can you see the green? I can see the green. Anyway. Okay. All right, and then I think I'm gonna go into, there is also Mint Pop, which I forgot. So Mint Pop is definitely very icy, which would, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go into Candy Curse and then I'll do Mint Pop in the inner corner. So Candy Curse might be a little dark actually to put where I'm putting it, but I'm just gonna see how it performs. Oh, that's very pretty too. I could have put that in the middle. That almost has a little bit more shine, right? Ooh, okay, I'm gonna go back into this one. It's very glittery, which I think is very pretty, but if you're not into that, that's just how that formula is, I think, because they all have it. You know what it reminds me of? I feel like one of the Cbeauty shadows in the Galactic Visitor it's the Milky Way shade. It has, it's silver, but it has pink and sort of orange specks, whereas these are colored shimmers and they have multicolored specks. It's very interesting, right? But it is messy. So yeah, I think it's not messy in the fact that they're flaky. I think they are ending up on my face though, but this is very pretty. I'm gonna go back into Skullberry and I want to add a little bit more over here. So I have like a 3-tone effect going on. I'm gonna do the rest of my face and then we'll be back to finish up the look. Okay, I am back and I think this is such a nice, pretty, vampy look. It's a lot more berry than I was expecting. I know I said I went into the green, but I completely covered the green, which I didn't mean to do, but the green went on fine. But we lost the green completely, which is a little bit of a shame, but I can always do another look with the green. I think what I want to do now, I do want to go into Mint Pop, which is kind of minty, but it definitely pulls, I think, a lot more silver. So I'm going to put that down here, as I always do. Just need to find a clean brush so yeah, here we go. I'm gonna try with a brush, but honestly, I might just use my fingers. Yeah, this one is very silver. I think if you had put this one next to the green, it might appear more green. It's appearing a lot more silver purple. I don't know if you can notice that. It's pretty though. I love these. This one to me feels like a topper shade, whereas the rest of the shimmers, I was just thinking when I was doing my makeup, they definitely don't feel like toppers. There's like a thickness to them, which is quite nice. This one definitely feels more like something you would either pop in your inner corner or as a topper over something. So I think this one over the green would probably be really pretty. I'm just gonna go with my finger because I feel like it's always more impactful with my finger. Just I always make a mess with my finger, but it's fine. You're not here for perfection, you're just here to see the shades, right? So there we go. It's green right in the center, but then down here it's not. That's interesting. So you'll have like a little bit of a dimension to them. I almost want to put this, I'm gonna put this here. Actually, would that work? My finger. Oh yeah, here we go. Just a little, like just a little bit of a brightness there. You know me, I love layering shimmers. That's just like, that's my issue. I'm like, I put the mattes down and the mattes look fine, but then I just lay shimmer over shimmer and I'm just like, I love it. I love just building on my shimmers. That's pretty though, right? I think that is. I'm not crazy, right? I think this is really pretty. I have no issues with this whatsoever. It's such a nice color story too. I don't think you can go wrong. Like I said, I think it's, if you're okay with cool tones, this is so pretty. Ooh, I wonder if they must have like some warm tone palettes. I'm sure they do. Makes me want to try more. I'm not gonna lie. I think I am actually gonna go out today, I think. I'm not gonna add, I was gonna add like black liner, but I don't want to make it too vampy. So I think we'll stick to just that. Yeah, I think we'll stick to that. Let me put on some mascara. I'm gonna put on also the Essence Inner Eye. I do like to do this. All right, here is the final look. I did do some faux freckles because I did it the other day and I was like, damn, I miss doing this. I think this is super pretty. I mean, I'm sure I could have done even prettier look or just a different type of look and it would have been just as pretty. I think these shimmers speak for themselves and the mattes were just so easy. I only ever see, well no, actually no, I went into two. The green one you can't see, so I will have to probably do more of a green look next time. This ended up being a lot more rosy. I put like a green top because I was like, we're gonna go green, and I just didn't do that. I wasn't feeling it. But yeah, I think this palette overall, it's small but it packs a punch. That's the only thing I can keep thinking, like it for such as, like, it's a 10-pound palette. I feel like, oh, you know, that's actually not that small, but compared to other palettes that come out on the market, I feel like this is a relatively small palette, but I think that the shimmers all kind of bring something different to the table, even though a lot of them are formulated the same way, it seems. You do have obviously this one, which is quite a bit different to the, and then this one is a little bit more of a topper, but still has all those, like, they all have like the particles in them, which I really do like, and the mattes seem fine, but yeah, I only tried two. I can't imagine the other ones will have an issue. I think what's cool is, even though I ended up looking very plum, because this Skullberry is a berry shade, of course, it added so much plumness to that, and obviously I started with the lilac, but had I gone into the green and then used one of these other sort of grungy matte shades and then not used the pink, I think it would have ended up being a lot more green leaning and yellow with this yellow flip on the top of my lid. So I think you can actually do a few looks with this palette. I don't think it's super versatile because doesn't have many colors, but if you're into these tones, which is this off green, these berries, and just want like a nice quick and done look, I think it's a really nice palette, to be fair. So I'm very thankful that I was sent this and I've been able to try the brand, because I think now my eyes have been open to what they can do and I can actually see what else they have. And I can browse Cbeauty more as well, as can you, if you don't already do that, or if you do and you haven't picked up this palette. I think this is a relatively new palette. Then yeah, I tried it, I like it, I think it's definitely worth keeping, and I'm happy that I have it. I think it's very, very pretty. So I think this is what I was doing my the rest of my face. I was also thinking this is probably a nice like everyday palette if you were kind of worried about color but you still want to have something going on. I feel like this, you could call this a neutral palette with a twist. I really do think you could. Somebody who loves neutrals might be like, no, you're wrong. But as somebody who like plays with a lot of color sometimes, this is not a super colorful palette. I think this leans way more neutral, and I think you could keep it really minimal for like a work office day and still have a pop of one of the shimmers on your lids, and it looks very, very pretty and elegant because they're not super chunky. They do have the glitter, but I think actually it's very pretty and it's quite flattering. So I'm pleased. I'm happy. I just want to thank Cbeauty more for sending this. I think this is a really fun palette, and thank you for the opportunity. And also, yeah, if you want to browse, like I said, I have an affiliate link and I also have a code and you can save 10% off. Obviously, of my affiliate link, I will get a kickback. So if you use it, that helps me out too, but you don't need to use it. You can use my code regardless. And I think it works across the board, but if it doesn't, please let me know and then I can make sure it does. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and like and subscribe if you would like to, and let me know if you want to see more looks with this. It's in my collection now, so I'm sure at some point it will be rolled into a project, or I will do more looks at some point. Like, it's going to happen. I just don't know how fast. Anyway, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.